Welcome everybody to the CVL Valorant League. I am your hostie with the mostie, Queen McRib, and before we get into today's match between CSUN and CSUF Black, we're about sportsmanship here at the Gamers EDU. Everything we do here is in good fun, wins or losses, whether you're getting steamrolled or you're taking that 1v5. We're all about having fun and celebrating everyone's hard work here. And like I said before, it's all in good fun. And one last thing, we are in Mental Health Awareness Week this week, and the crying panda that the Gamers EDU has as an emote is less of a cute little crying panda and more of a message to say that we're here for you guys if you do need us. Your mental and your emotional health should be a priority, especially if you're gaming all the time and playing Valorant all the time. And we really want to be a resource to you guys, so you can hop onto our Discord and check out our resources there, or our website for more resources as well. And I am joined today by the incomparable caster duo of Eli the Curry and OG Ben. What's up, you guys?
Hey, what's up? It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Feeling good on a Wednesday afternoon. So happy to see you too. This is good. This is becoming fun. I'm getting happy to see y'all faces now. Just makes me smile.
Hey, makes my week.
Mm-hmm. And to you viewers at home, please remember, like McRib said, those sad thoughts have broken into your B site and they've planted the spike of sadness and doubt in your mind. Call for the backup. Head to the Discord where we will pick you up and we will defuse those sad thoughts because we got your back. So happy to have you all here with us today, tomorrow, Monday, or whenever you're watching this. If you're on the VODs, that's a special fan there. We love you too.
Yeah, we're gonna be the attacker side for you. We're gonna come in, like Eli said, we're gonna defuse it and we're gonna help you out.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So let's talk about last week's matches, or not last week. Hello. It's been 2 days and I feel like it's been a full week. Okay, so let's talk about Monday's matches.
So we worked Fullerton versus Northridge, right, Bent? And you want to go ahead and tell us what you thought about that match as we go over it? Oh, did he?
Me or Ben?
I think Bent, but I think he froze. Oh, he froze. That's a great face. We got another great smile face.
Another great face. Another great freeze frame.
All right, well.
So I guess we're waiting for him to come back. Oh, there he is.
Am I back? I don't know what happened.
Welcome back, Ben.
Did I get a freeze frame? Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. No, you're good. You're good.
All right, cool. So I have no idea what we were talking about because I was gone for however long.
I was just asking you your thoughts on that Northridge Fullerton game that we called on Monday.
Oh, on Monday, yeah, that was a great match. Definitely with how they won in the end, and then I just want to see that happen again. I want to see either side. Doesn't matter which one. I just want to see them coming out with full power, I want to see them just full to the wall. I want to I don't want to see them holding back at all. And, I wonder if any of them are going to change up their strats because as you told me earlier that there was nerfs. So that's interesting as well.
Yeah, we had there was a patch that went out yesterday for Valorant that specifically affects the operator and Jet. And we saw a lot of op play on Monday, and we definitely saw some Jet play. So now that the operator is more expensive and it's a little bit slower on its sight movement and its firing rate. So the operator now a little bit less powerful. Jet received some nerfs to her ultimate, that Blaze Storm, which is very powerful, fires off a bunch of one-shot kills. So McRib, I wonder, do you think that these teams that we're going to see over the course of these 3 games, do you feel like they're going to have any adjustments or changes based on that? Or do you think we're going to just see them try to power through and act like nothing happened?
I would like to say we are gonna see changes just because, like you said before, Jet was a character that we saw on literally every team comp. We saw her Blade Storm multiple times, and we saw it come in clutch multiple times. And a lot of the team captains it seemed like were Jet mains, even though apparently some of them only picked her up last week. It does seem like a lot of them Jet is suitable to their mobile playstyles. They're good for being a shot caller and for knowing where your team is and the location of everyone and knowing how to get to them fast. So I think it might affect definitely at least the team comp that we're going to see some of these teams start running.
We definitely did see that. We saw Jet, we saw Phoenix. The nerf didn't touch Jet's overall movement abilities. It didn't impact her, abilities or her firing rate at all. It did just specifically attack her ultimate. So you mentioned those team-based attributes of hers, her movement and agility being useful. So maybe we'll see them stick with her just because she still presents that overall value to the team. But maybe now that communication and teamwork will be just that much more important because the Blaze Storm looks like it won't be able to carry a fight as effectively as before.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen that the teams that look like they're communicating and they're working as a cohesive unit are the ones that seem to be the most successful and seem to be able to either defend the best or put on that really aggressive attack that Bent really likes to see.
I do like to see the aggressiveness. I'm just that type of person. I mean, coming from Call of Duty, I'm all in. I just want to rush into the middle. I don't care if I die, and that's usually with Call of Duty. You come back. This game, you don't, so you gotta have a little more defensive. But I do like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, and you mentioned that the penalty for dying. That's also something we're gonna see. We talked about the economy of matches. For those of you who are tuning into a Valorant broadcast for the first time or who aren't familiar with the game, you do need to purchase weaponry, armor, and abilities round over round if you do die in the previous round. So the operator, which is the most powerful weapon in the game, I would argue, at least maybe one of the most useful, I guess we could say, received a price hike. Now it's an extra $500. So if you fall, it's very unlikely to be able to purchase another operator in back-to-back rounds. You need to have a lot of money saved up. And so we're going to see, whether teams are more careful, whether they're more cautious when they don't go for the op as soon as they could, or if the operator is just expected to sit back now and be like, yo, you might have to survive a round we lose because we can't afford to, buy you another op and send you back out.
Sure. And also today's matchup is going to be played by CSUN and CSUF Black, but both teams have two different teams within the tournament, and the colors have like no sort of say in necessarily like the team's talent or anything. They're just used to differentiate for us little casters and our little brains. So we know who's playing on the field because there's so many teams that are involved in this.
What do you mean? I saw Fullerton versus Northridge Monday. This is a recast.
They just wanted to rematch. That's it. They wanted to come back. They wanted to make sure who was dominant.
I mean, I as a competitor, I feel that if I lose, that's the person I want to see next straight away on any schedule. Don't hesitate. Get me back in the ring with that person. So right now, those teams have to regroup and readjust. As you mentioned, McRib, I know we've got the Northridge and Fullerton Black teams playing today. Who else are we going to see on this stream over the course of tonight's matches?
I believe we're seeing CSUDH again.
And I think Gold.
Yeah, see who we saw on Monday, who played an amazing game. Amazing game.
Yeah, and they'll be facing San Francisco State University, and that will be casted by the Funny Man and Muted, who will handle the duties for that. And then us, this wonderful trio, will come back for San Diego State University White versus California State University Long Beach. And I'm especially interested in that game, not gonna lie, because there is a local bias. If CSULB gets beaten, I have to ride by that campus tomorrow. So they will hear from me if they don't do well. And if they do well, I'll probably just be outside going, woo, great job. I hope you all are staying on campus or staying in your dorm. Don't come out here and meet me social distance, but also sharing the joy of victory.
Maybe you just have to start throwing some banners out there like, good job, good job, good job. I mean, get a couple roses and just throw them on the street and just attach some notes to them.
That might be necessary.
Get two balloons, one G and the other one G, and just plant them right in the front. GG. So when the people who know will know.
And I also believe today's match is the first match will be played on Haven. Could you guys give us a little background on Haven? I know we saw a bunch of matches played on Haven on Monday.
All right, well, Haven, it's definitely a wonderful map. Definitely a lot of corners, a lot of highs and lows, and that's us. It's just a great thing to see because teams are going to have to work around those. Some people are going to have the high ground, some people are going to have the low ground. And how are you going to work around your opponent who might have the advantage over you? Are you going to fully rush in? Or are you going to try to get the snipes off? Are you going to try to get the headshots, get those flicks? Or, it's just like, how are these strategies going to work out? That's what I'm ready to see. How are these teams going to combat each other when they have the advantage or the other team has the advantage and they're at a disadvantage? How are they going to do in those situations?
Yeah, a lot of narrow corridors, some long sidelines in Haven. So we will see, early rounds, we'll see some of the shorties, some of those shotguns operate, and later on we'll see some of the rifle play. We'll see a lot of abilities necessary around preventing people from seeing, and some of those cameras will be very useful. But we did get the word. You're not here for us, although we appreciate you being here, and I certainly would like to greet all of you with a smile. But you're here for some Valorant. And we just got word that it is time.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, yeah.
So off our wonderful faces and on to the wonderful gameplay.
Gameplay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe the gameplay got to get played to win.
I come from some games where you can make the argument. I'm not gonna name any names. Excuse me. I'm not gonna name any names. So I'm just saying, not everybody is as nice. And just drop the heroes out and say, hey, you can earn everybody. But it is lovely to see in Valorant.
I hope to see some more Jett gameplay. She's my favorite hero. She reminds me a lot of Tracer, at least with her super fast mobility, Tracer from Overwatch. So I'm really hoping to see, even though it got a nerf, like a 5-man Blade Storm would be would be amazing if I could make a request to see stuff today.
I mean, even though I know not a lot of people play them, I would love to see some Breach gameplay. Just going in there quaking and then just, while they're all concussed, just kill them all. Get that bloodthirst in your eyes.
Well, I've mentioned her in multiple casts with you too, but I don't think we're going to see her. It looks like I'm a fan of Raze. Like I said, I've mentioned I love rocket launches, but I'm actually starting to become a big fan of Phoenix from watching these teams play. I actually really appreciate the way he operates and the extra life, in a sense, he gets from being able to teleport back after starting an engagement. I think it creates a lot of tactical decisions, and I'm excited to see if we see that out of the team leads, or if we see any, slayers, some offensively focused players using Phoenix to get in, do damage, and then get back out so the team can follow up.
I mean, Phoenix is definitely a good information gatherer too.
We've seen like so many different players play Phoenix so differently. We've seen him play a little bit more defensively, and then we've seen them use his mobility and his kit to really like start these pushes, start these fights, get these like easy, 4v2s, 5v2s, and get those easy picks at the beginning. And soon the team just gets washed and they don't know what to do.
So it looks like we are beginning. We're getting set up. For those of you who do not know, Valorant is a 1st to 13 round competition in standard play, unless it goes into overtime. Both teams take turns being on the attacking or defending side. The attacker's goal, take that spike indicated by that icon in the top right you see on the red bar, plant it in one of 3 sites on the map, and then defend it until the spike goes off or all defenders have been killed. The defender's job, don't let that happen. If the spike goes down, defuse it, or if possible, kill all 5 members of the attacking side prior to that. We mentioned earlier buying and buying of abilities and weapons, but every first game begins with a pistol round, as we see some of the skins or some of the starter pistols in the game. And I believe that we have, not too sure, but I believe we have Fullerton Black on Defender's side. I'll have to get that back to you all just as we begin. Oh,
we see already people going down like flies, or at least one.
Quick trade-off there, but the attacking side is already into the site, so this is a good first round for them.
Getting that plan off already, not even worrying about the pistol games, but just trying to get those. And as we said, the economy comes down to that, spike planning. Everyone gets, or at least I know the spike planner gets that money too.
Yeah, there's a bit of money that comes from planting the spike. You get money as well from downing and killing enemies. As we see that first round go the defender way, and that was a quick pop there from Adir on that Phoenix, as I mentioned, that character just seems to, that agent just seems to represent leadership, in terms of the team grouping. We see a lot of Phoenixes at a high level, smart decision makers, and more than capable with the pistol in their hands as the defenders take round 1.
Phoenix is a little bit more expendable because he does, well, we're not going to see it yet because we're still in the pistol rounds, but he does have an ultimate called Run It Back, where he's able to basically go ham, go in, collect a bunch of information, and whether he gets shot out, he's just going to basically teleport right back to where you started. You started using it.
Also, with Phoenix having that ability to heal himself is a great strategy in a lot of these games right now too.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot. We've seen that usage of it. Although you see here, Adir using it as a, kind of as a way to ward off the approach. That fire going down, basically a Molotov cocktail that will burn anyone who approaches, and a quick attack
Getting that
there.
one headshot right there.
But let's see on the
Looked
other
like a
side.
headshot.
Boys looks like evening it up for the attacking side, and the plant is down. Even though Adir was able to get those, get that kill, he was out of position. So now the spike is down. Around that corner.
Ooh, still getting that headshot though. Adir's going off right now.
Yeah, that was
Healing
wonderful.
himself with flat hands.
Only the killjoy left for the attacking side, as we see right there.
Ooh.
Excellent protection of the spike plant. They have given away their position now, so they're gonna have to be very careful here.
And it seems like we have one who looks like I don't know if he's not there with the internet connection or he's away from keyboard.
There it is. Ben SH clutching it out for the attacking side, but it appears as if one member of the defender side, went AFK. We may have had a connection issue, so you may see a pause as this is evened up. That was a great play by Ben SH, however, to clear things out and protect the spike there. As we mentioned, it's not a pure death match. It's not whichever team gets the most kills wins the round. The attacker side have an objective. If they plant the spike, even if every member on the attacking side dies, if the spike goes off, they still win the round. So you saw there Ben SH taking that defensive position because there was absolutely no value in killing him unless the spike was in time to be defused.
We also see just like how that spike plays such a big role in the gameplay. Because like you said, it's not a death match. It doesn't matter if you get those kills or not. It's that spike that can really change the game.
Absolutely. And it looks like I think we are experiencing just a bit of a pause while we try to get the member of the defender side who was forced to desync reconnected. Obviously, we want to protect the competitive integrity of the game. That's why the stream itself is also delayed, and these team members are not equipped with the sights that we see. Benton, McRib, and I, we can see through walls. We can tell somebody's coming around, but the players cannot. So,
and what we see here too, like while we're in this pause, is like what I love about this game is you can actually walk around during the buy phase. You're not just stagnant staring at a menu like deciding. You can actually walk around, start planning some stuff around the points.
Mm-hmm.
Very convenient.
Yeah, very useful for those characters like Cypher who have cameras they can put up around the area as defenders. They are definitely preferred on that role because they can get that camera up, get extra information, get details around the map and where players are headed before without having to commit themselves. Obviously, you don't want to put yourself at risk because with most of the weapons in this game, you click on the head, the body falls. So you got to protect yourself. You got to treat yourself as the most valuable resource early on in the round.
Yeah.
But as we are right now, go ahead, Ben. Ben?
Oh, I was just going to start talking about the economy again. I mean, we already covered it a lot, but I think this is where we're also going to see a lot because these next 3 to 4 rounds is, these are the pistol rounds. This is where, weapons aren't necessarily heavily used yet, but with these pistol rounds, we can see where the momentum is going to start coming from and where it's going to start going to.
Yeah, and that's something that actually I did want to bring up as we saw in round 2. The attacking side who lost round 1 had committed to buying some automatic rifles. There was a bit of SMG play in that round, and it ended up working out for them. They did take it. But it's interesting to see both sides taking a much more aggressive side towards purchasing and making things work, as it does appear that we are going to be underway in round 3. See right
And what's
there.
cool, as we're seeing, is even though both these schools have 2 teams, it seems both teams play completely different or just have different strategies.
Yeah. Well, as we mentioned, these aren't skill-based teams. It's not so much one is your junior varsity versus one being your varsity. These teams are split more or less according to an even distribution. So there's different strengths and different areas of weakness for both teams that both of these schools are going to work on. So we're not going to get the same match that we got on Monday. As we see, Flaws now on point at the entry site, able to take one down before going off.
Did he almost look like he got 2? Maybe that was somebody else.
There was somebody else on the other side, who took out 2.
One enemy remaining.
And like that, the attack is broken now. Only one left. No plant, and the spike is also down. So it looks like Fiesto Nino may just kind of have the job of keeping themselves alive, maybe picking off 1 or 2 members of the defending team if possible, unless they are opting to become a hero. They are approaching this. They are approaching the site.
I'm not sure if he just wants to try to get 1 or 2 off and just kind of ruin their economy for a couple of people. But either way, staying alive is going to help him in the long run.
Absolutely, and we see right there, just to smoke down, maybe to bait out some movement, convince somebody to approach. But this is good discipline right now out of our defending side, because you don't need to get that last kill. We mentioned, right? If the attackers don't get the spike down within the time limit, they lose the round. There was no need to follow there if you've already got the point well in hand.
Yeah, and especially defenders coming out and again being that aggressiveness and just taking those attackers out really left him stranding alone, and that's hard to go against a 1v4.
Even
to just chill, keep the gun that you have, play it safer rather than try to be a hero, like Eli said.
Yeah, that money doesn't grow on trees. It like pops out of dead bodies. So you can't just assume you're always going to have more. You've got to protect it while you have it. You pay for that gun, hold on to it.
Yeah, you don't want to be losing your gun every round because it starts to get expensive.
Not if you want a good one, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you'd be stuck with a bullpen rifle and the first SMG over there just spraying all over the place except for the target.
Right? It's like, oh, Mom, can we get that gun? No, we have a gun at home, and the gun you have at home is it's a shorty.
or you got the pistol that just sprays everywhere else.
All right, so we see this round begin here, and this is a much slower start as you would expect to see out of an attacking side, but already we get the quick trade-off. Poise coming around that corner. Wasn't ready.
Was not ready at all. Did not have his shots on.
Yeah, and as you saw, Poise was only equipped with a pistol in that round. As we mentioned, the economy, you have to rebuy weapons if you die. So, wonderful spot there by Rito.
Right in.
Yeah.
Defenders getting it off, but getting that defuse. Attackers did have it, but they just didn't give them enough time. Give themselves enough time for the spike to go off.
Mm-hmm.
The defense just seems super confident. They're working as a team. Everything seems to be going according to plan.
It is. I think it's the nature of. It appears the defender's side, their identity. We saw in the round that they weren't able to take. They were off on a rotation, so they were winning an engagement, but they missed the spike carrier slipping off to the other side, and they weren't able to rotate around and get that done. So what we're seeing now, especially in that round, is the moment they get the intel on where the attack is coming from, they're swarming. And they're just saying, if we win this, get 3 down here, maybe 4 if we can, we don't necessarily need to play into the rotation, the post-retake side of these rounds. We can just storm them down and get it done, fight from the top position for the last part of the round. And it's working out for them so far.
It's definitely interesting to see how they've already changed up their strategies. First, they're both being aggressive. Now finding how each team plays, they're trying to play into each other's weaknesses.
Mm-hmm. See right now that is a blaze storm, or is that? No, that's not a blaze storm going off. It was just I got excited. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's early already, but of course we all want to see it.
We do have some ults online.
We see both teams running arena, which is something that Funny Man will be casting the next match. I'm sure he's not too happy about.
Or you got 1K. Can we get the second? Is he gonna try to clutch this?
But they're gonna be running solo, right? We were told Reyna's more of a solo style hero, not the best for team fights, and this is exactly that moment. But the spike is pretty far along, and there it is right there. Yeah,
Attackers coming back now, getting that momentum closer together. You know, not letting them go too far ahead.
Mm-hmm. It's I think we're gonna see that push and pull effort right now. I don't get the sense that our attacking side is the superior squad of marksmen, you know, but that doesn't tell you the entire story of who's gonna win a game of Valorant, because there's very much still the effort of communication and, you know, spacing on the map that can very much overcome perhaps a slightly lower level of aim. Although that's not to say that they can't hit the target, of course. I'm not trying to say that. What I'm saying is it's not going to be simply who's the better aiming team who wins this. Although if a deer wants to just kill people out of spawn all the time, that's going to be hard to overcome.
And also these first few rounds, you're gathering information on your opponent and their play style as well. So it's not necessarily, you're not necessarily going to go full out quite yet until you've got the full information on how your opponents are playing.
And who better to do that? Look at a deer coming in, starting a ruckus. Who's here? Who's here? I see you. Okay, I'm out though. Pop his collar and just bounce on you.
Like a 1980s, just all right, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice, another
deer
kill
getting
there.
that corner kill though, that headshot, just that snippet of a head came through, and then boom, just gone.
Check the movement there, and now that is 2 down already for the attacking side. Now they're gonna have to manage this approach much more carefully now. And Adir hasn't taken much damage for that. 2 kills, but relatively high health. Phoenix, as we mentioned, has that Molotov that he can use to heal himself. So Adir is ready, locked and loaded for the second fight. You see Casual ready this time, gets the smoke down. Know that the information is out to their teammates that this is where the rotation needs to come through, but the spike still goes down.
I think they're just waiting for everyone to get in position, and then they're just gonna attack from all sides.
Got that paranoia ready to go straight through the wall. That's great communication amongst the team to get it through, but it looks like the response from the attacking side is come and get some.
And it's a 1v1 all of a sudden, and the attackers bring it to it.
Reversal.
That was so fast. They got the smokes out through the walls. I thought that they had set it up as a great retake, that the attacking side just perfectly countered everything. They knew exactly where the retake was going to come from. They were ready for the angle. And that's what I mentioned about the 2 differences in play styles. That was a fight that was won on tactical decision-making, not on pure marksmanship, because they were just in a better place to be at the time. They were ready for the attack when it came. And I'm really interested to see how that's going to play out in these later rounds.
Like you said, Eli, I think this game is definitely gonna be a lot of more, you know, back and forth. There's not gonna be too much momentum right now. It seems like they're just going back and forth with points. And who knows? That could be the whole night. We could have a long night ahead.
Absolutely.
The 3 OTs.
Oh yeah. So we're seeing, you know, for our defending side, Adir has been the stalwart, even though this round is looking very difficult, as you see right there, the take there. They do take the lead now for the first time in this set. A reminder that this is a 1st to 13 round, so we have much more Valorant to be played. These 2 teams are going to switch sides, halfway through. And I'm just wondering right now, Ben, what do you see out of our attackers? Why do you think they have the lead at this point in the game?
The attackers are definitely seem to have not only, you know, that communication, but they know how to have the defense against those abilities being used against them, and that is big. Being able to punish those, you know, those abilities that come towards you, being able to have that goes couple seconds, and you can use those couple seconds to your advantage. It's like every agent, after using, you know, one of their abilities, they have that second cooldown before they come back, and if they can use that to their advantage, you know, and really spread out the defense, that's how they're going to win. Not only that, but when they bring that spike element into the game, that helps them out a lot, because it, you know, again, having that different element that they got to focus on really just makes it, split-minded, and it's not all about killing anymore. It's now we got to worry about not only killing them, but we got to get that spike defused, and we got to do it in this amount of time. Otherwise, we're gonna lose anyways.
Exactly. It really changes the geometry of the map and gives you a different objective as the attacker side or the defender side that you didn't originally want. If you see, wow, beautiful play there from Firestone, man. A deer can't even turn the corner, and then Poise snuffing out any hope of a miraculous comeback for Northridge here. So this is now Fullerton starting to take advantage, starting to get some momentum as the attacking side, now up 5-3.
We're seeing a lot of love in the chat for Monkey Man.
Mm-hmm.
All the Monkey fans, hey.
You love to see it. You love to see it. We're certainly no strangers to having personal favorites among some of the players that we see in the league. You know, it's nothing wrong with having somebody that just gets y'all happy and giggling to see doing well. But it's team game, and right now, Fullerton and Monkey Man looking good, playing well. See this early engagement here through the main door. And saying on that Cypher, such a crucial hero for getting information out to teammates can oh wow, the information there is I got shot. Somebody help. Somebody help. There's somebody there and they're very good. Please help me. Deer taking out as well. Fullerton is looking incredible in this round. Six are coming around this corner. What, Rito with the 2K?
It seems like the attackers are definitely being able to come through right now. Again, this 2-point lead is a good momentum for them. Taking the attackers now 3 points ahead. Are they gonna be able to keep this momentum though? That's the real question.
Yeah, that is the real question.
It's what you wonder, and obviously, if you're a fan of Fullerton, as a lot of people in the chat are, it's what you hope to see. If you're a fan of Northridge, you're gonna say, no, they're not gonna keep the momentum. It's gonna get broken. It's just it's all a bait, right? That's what everybody says. No, we're just baiting you, bro. It's just a bait, bro. But I'm not too sure what we're seeing right now from Northridge as far as adjustments goes. Fullerton has almost completely taken a deer out of these rounds. They've made his Phoenix almost a non-factor in these approaches. They're moving so quickly to get into sights that they're making it really hard for Northridge to rotate and get over. As we see, a deer, first one out as Phoenix, that should almost never happen. That's really a bad sign for the defending side if that is the case now. And now you've got to get the information out. Where are we going at? What side are we even needing to defend? And they don't have that Phoenix to get that information early.
And Flaw's coming in. He didn't even see him. The defender didn't even see, or the attacker didn't even see Flaw. And he didn't see him either. Then again, we're trading back and forth now.
As we mentioned, we have wall hacks.
Getting taken out.
As the observers, we have wall hacks. The players do not. They do not know who's around the corner sometimes until it's too late.
Really, they get to see everything. But it seems like right now the attackers are definitely keeping that momentum, which is awesome to see. And I think it's just that spike. Having that spike really does help.
Oh yeah. Well, as we mentioned, when you get the spike down, you just change the game. It's all different. You get paid for it. It's the main goal. Once you plant and you're successful in that endeavor, it's really like, getting the tug of war rope, if you think about it, all the way over the line, or getting it over the midway line. Now you're pulling, you're pulling from an uphill advantage, and the other team has to come to you. And so the more we get that, the harder off we get.
It looks here like we can see some of the loadouts now. Is that an op? Are we seeing an op right now?
The investment, but at this point, when you get to the halfway point, you're gonna have to swap weapons away anyway. We're getting close to that point. If you're gonna invest in the operator, you might as well do it now, because you're not gonna be able to hold that over and use it when you swap sides.
I just want to see if they're trying to pull a Hail Mary and just get some op kills. That would be cool to see either way.
And now Floss patiently waiting.
Of course, we can see him right there, but does Flaw's noise there? That's the real question.
Fiesto checking the higher ground as they peek that corner. So tense right now.
They're not peeking it at the same time. They're just going back and forth. Doing a whole runaround right now. And Floss gets it, just patiently waiting.
Mm-hmm. No need to rush as a defender, right? Time goes down to 0 and nothing happens, you win. You'll take that round 100 times out of 100. So we saw Floss with great patience, didn't get smoked out, never lost sight.
30 seconds
It's been a
left.
very, very slow round for our attacking side, right? And Vito gets another one.
I'm surprised they, how they haven't planted at all. Deer over here with the op. I want to see him get a couple flicks. That'd be nice to see. I wonder if they're trying to run down that time and see.
10 seconds.
The attackers are trying to see where the defenders are, see where they have to.
Spike planted.
And it looks like they already, and they just planted it now, turning it around.
It's insane right there. Gets
But
one.
we already
Comes
got
around the corner, gets
2K.
2. That's a job well done. Even if you go down after that, you take 2. Everybody's happy with you.
We got a 1v3. Is Ben's gonna be able to keep the pressure so that spike goes off, or what's he doing?
Well, they got the Killjoy out, trying to defend the spot.
And
Casual
Ben
gets
is
the
not
kill.
able to keep it.
Yeah, and the Deer there with the defuse.
Last round in the half.
So what do you guys think about that more of a timid attack, which we haven't seen before, I would say, in this match?
It makes me wonder if they had some intel on the economy of the defender side, and they were just trying to play overly cautious of an op, and they just felt like they didn't need to approach into it, or maybe they were planning to spring a counterattack because, as we mentioned, the defenders have been more aggressive. Usually in successful rounds, they like to initiate the offense. Maybe that was an attempt to say, all right, let them come in here at the very end of this half. Let them try to take that momentum back, and then we can crush them thoroughly. But it didn't happen that way. The defenders stayed very patient. They were on site when the push came in, and they were able to counter it. So, you really can't know without getting deep into the communications of both teams. Right there, a Deer representing that op. Didn't die last round, so he gets to keep it. Beautiful response.
Spike planted.
Yep, and we have a plan here. So now the retake position, Flaws has to find a way around that corner, but can't. Taken out now, 2v4.
I think the cast. Crap! I'm using the wrong words right now. But the attackers, they try to use the timid defense or timid attack, and they're like, nah, we can't do that no more.
Yeah.
Now they're just going back full force.
One enemy remaining.
Right now, Rito again, another pick here as Casual tries to come around but can't. And so
Rise.
It is Cal State Northridge, not Cal State Fullerton, who walks into the second half with an 8-4 lead. So we did have those names backwards. We appreciate the chat for letting us know kindly and gently, with all types of empathy and respect, letting us know whenever we've got it switched off backwards. We appreciate you all and your loveliness. But, from that first round, we can talk about what we saw out of each of these players. And Ben, I want to get your take on specifically, I wanted you to talk about Adir. What did you see out of his Phoenix play, and what do you think he needs to change if Fullerton's going to be able to take this back?
To be able to take that back, I mean, with the Phoenix, as we've seen in other matches, Phoenix is definitely that information gatherer. He's a great information gatherer. Being able to go into that fight and leave with barely any scratches helps the team out a lot. And you see with these Phoenixes, they seem to be kind of the team leader of all these matches. So with Adir being this Phoenix, I think he just, almost needs to kind of lead the team into what needs to happen next. Are they going to have to switch to another site? Are they going to have to wait? Are they going to have to, fully go on the attack? And it's just kind of like, where do we need to see first? It's like, we also got to see how the attackers now are going to start coming for the defense. Because we see, it's just like, see, Adir's now staying back, and how's everyone else doing? They're staying back with him. Yeah. So it's just like, how is he going to approach this? How is he going to, because we see the defense is already set up at multiple points, ready to, speak to the teammates. Hey, we got him on this side. Hey, we got him on this side. And then they all have to rotate. But even with that, they're going to keep him back. And that's just where it's just gonna have to be figured out as we go on.
Absolutely. All right. To hear it as we get into this pistol round after the
30
swap.
seconds left.
Teams have been flipped now. So our former attackers, now defenders. The defenders, now the attackers as we get into it. Floss trading up with Monkey Man, who got 2. Ben SH taken down. We got a 1v1 here in the pistol round. Love to see it. Spike down yet. So
I wonder if he's gonna go for that spike, but he doesn't have the
10
spike.
seconds left.
So all Ben's got to do is just wait. All he's got to do is not even push, but just wait.
Right. Meanwhile,
4 seconds.
Floss trying to find out where the spike was, if they can get it and plant in time. No, they can't. Floss gets away. Unfortunate, but another round 1 for Northridge. They're looking great. They're popping off. In the chat, they got a hype train going.
We got
the promise
unbench the Ben.
Okay.
We got
Shout
Monkey,
out.
we got Bench, and we got Pussy.
That's when you know you're winning, right? They said it's not just enough for us to win in game. We literally need to take over the chat, put a train on the tracks, and say,
Chugga,
gonna be
chugga,
running
choo, choo.
we running Fullerton over. It's a hype train, baby, heading downhill.
I mean, they already got this momentum. Already, the attackers just getting taken out one by one in that doorway, as we just saw through the wall hacks. Unlike anyone else who can see, but we can see it.
Hey, and
Wasn't just looking. He
Hold up,
knew he
hey.
was there.
Poise. Hey, poise. Hey, now, be careful. Be careful now. Listen.
Hey,
Listen.
points. They're gonna be coming after you now. All right, they got a hit on your head.
Mm-hmm. Somebody need to talk about that.
Some fighting words, some fighting actions.
I'm just saying, when you shoot that clean through some smoke, people feel a type of way about that. You know, you might have to get there might be a test. Might need to be some investigations. You know what I'm saying? At least it feels me. I don't. When I get dunked on, you know, I feel a certain type of way about it.
You start seeing red.
Right.
And it
As you
seems
guys
like right
said-
now we got. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying we're seeing bloodshot eyes right now, just going at it.
Mm.
It seems like you guys said before, the 3 agents that the team captains seem to be using the most is Jet, Phoenix, and Sova. These like super information gathering agents, not necessarily the most important if they go down. They are a little bit more expendable, but when they can be used, they're super useful.
Absolutely.
One enemy remaining.
We see that a lot. We see that. We see Omen as well, and then I believe we see we see some Cypher. We've also seen Killjoy out of both sides in this, as this round is already done. Again, Northridge looking really strong right now, 11-4. This is a dominant lead. They only need 2 more rounds in order to take this match against Cal State Fullerton, and I'm not too sure really what we can see out of Fullerton. I'm not too sure what their plan is. As you look at their economy, you look at the money going in, they're not going to be able.
Tons, yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to buy an op. We saw that. Nobody's going to be able to invest in that one-shot weapon. They're going up against a fully equipped defender side. You know, you don't have that many rounds left to make something happen now. There's going to just need to be some really miraculous play. Yeah, so trying to just poke through the walls, and it works out. 2 down already through the wall.
Man, taking that height to his advantage, using it, getting those kills right off back to back to back.
One player remaining.
This is that's a doom push there. You're just hoping to be able to get the spike down, do something, anything
Match point.
for the money. But this is match point right now. This is it. If Fullerton doesn't pull it back here and get something going, it's over. The train arrives and then pulls off, and nobody in Fullerton's side is gonna have a ticket. They need to figure it out right now.
Placing swamp grenade.
What would you guys do as the attackers here to try to get that little full reversal?
Man, I mean, that's hard. We got 12-4. We're in their last point, the match point right now. Man, I don't know how I would be feeling. I feel like I'd be like, how the heck are we gonna pull this around right now? But the attackers, they just gotta, that spike plant, I think that's crucial for any attacking team.
Yeah. You need a coordinated push. This is what you need. At the very end here, you've got to pick a spot. Even if it feels like nothing has worked so far, you've got to commit all resources to an angle of attack here and go all out for it, because you're only going to be able to win this one corner, one shot, one round at a time. So what you need is the composure here. We just need to get we need to get first blood. Then we need to hold as we get the spike down. Then we need to play out our retake, our retake game plan and finish out a round. And that's all you can hope to do. You just have to take it one by one there and think that it'll be possible to do that. Clear one corner, get through this hallway, get the spike down. If you can get one, you got to believe you can get two, and so on until you can make this comeback. And you see, the slowness of the play right here, how important this match is for Fullerton to make something happen as the approach happens. Monkey Man gets one before he goes down. That's all right, but that's actually under Monkey Man's standard. So this is a good push so far for our attacking side.
Oh, but he's got the all. Can he get all of them? He got one. He got two.
Excuse me, Rito, are you serious?
He didn't get the three, but they got it. Now they got to defuse.
Rito, come. Are you serious? He's gonna need to go. He's got to go to the dean's office. Go to the dean's office. Rito, go to Odin's office and get your gold star.
Oh my God! What a way to end it right there.
Man, really
Double
sad.
with Hunter's Fury.
Are we gonna see another steamroll go through the chat right now?
What is a wall to a god?
It doesn't even matter. He said one. He said two. Didn't get the three, but his team came in and wiped them out.
Well, tell you what, that is a statement. That is a total team performance. We talked about everybody on the Northridge side at some point, right? At the beginning and those early attacking sides, it was Ben SH who was great on the retakes after the attackers turned into the defenders with the spike down, doing a great job. We saw Monkey Man when they were on the defensive side, holding those sites, taking it down always, it seemed, two before they could get to him. And then, the more we speak about, the leadership of this team, how coordinated their efforts were, the more obviously it becomes why Northridge was able to get, such a strong lead and then hold it and finish out very well.
I even seeing the hype in the chat, just unbenched the Ben. Ben came through too with those shots, being able to get those shots at far distances. That was amazing to see.
Yo, the hype train's getting left out. I gotta get to the sub.
Hey, you can't even keep up with it. They just are going so fast. Oh, no. They were throwing some shade too. Holy crap. That's it. The monkey train. We got the Ben train. We got the Passe train. We got it all. Talk about a steamroll.
All right. Well,
You're talking about how quiet it is. I mean,
happy.
does anyone got a cricket? And the cricket in the background? It's a little quiet. It's a little quiet. But
sometimes that's
even
how
though
it goes.
we like to go against each other, we still throw up the GGs.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the end of it all, we're in the lobby together, we're in the chat together. There's a rivalry of brewing though. This is definitely we're gonna have to revisit this later on. This is one game, 13-4. Yeah, that's a strong scoreline. That is a very strong statement to make in this game. But it's week one. It ain't over. And you don't wanna be that team that's known for, getting out early and then not having a lot to back it up. Although I don't know that Northridge is gonna have to worry too much when they talk about this game. They're gonna have a lot to say. Looking forward, they can definitely look back and be very, very comfortable with their performance.
And as Eli said, this tournament will be lasting a few weeks now. We will be lasting over a period of 8 weeks, and we're only in the first week. This is only the second day.
There is a lot more Valorant to be played before the last word has been said. But we're excited, and we hope you all keep the hype train going. We hope you enjoy these matches. That was all for our first game of the day. But McRib, I know we're not done. Can you refresh our tiny caster memories? We can barely keep the teams. I can barely keep them in mind when I'm literally commentating the match that's happening, let alone what's happening in the future. So McRib, could you please assist me?
Of course, even though it's not going to be our lovely casting trio who is going to be casting the next match, it is going to be Funny Man and Muted, an amazing casting duo, and they will be casting. Eli, remind us, please.
I told you my brain is smooth. I was hoping you would wrinkle it for me. They will be casting Dominguez Hills Gold versus San Francisco State University. I had to get a little help from our mothership. They had to help me. The smooth brain caster doesn't know. It's I got good hair, but underneath it, just nothing, just pretty face, and then all air back there.
We share only one brain cell. That's what makes us a good casting trio.